Hopefully you can hear me now. Please let me know. I was not watching. I was not watching. Come on, please. Please let me know if you hear anything now. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try once again. Okay, I'm really sorry for this. I totally screwed up. I really thought that I did it right this time. I actually added some music in the background, but then it just screwed up everything. So just skip the music, and hopefully this is gonna work out anyway. Let me know, by the way, if you can hear any music now. Awesome, you can hear me. So wow, guys, I'm gonna start over once again. Wow, thank you for joining, guys. This is gonna be a lovely time. We're gonna have some chat about a lot of different things today. And yes, I'm gonna try not to screw up anymore here. I've been talking for like 5 minutes without even realizing I was without any sound. But still, anyway, wow, there's so many guys in here. We have MRTV, first of all, Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV. Guys, you really need to subscribe to his channel and also watch his videos. He's awesome. He's one of the 3 YouTubers having the Pimax 8K and 5K Plus. He has done a lot of videos, including the review, and he's also doing some gameplays, by the way. I totally missed it today, but I saw you were streaming, man. So welcome, Sebastian. And also I would like to say hi to Skid Row, to Chris Muza, to Aaron, to Julian, to Paradise Decay, by the way. Hi, man. And yeah, wow, I'm so excited. I feel so ashamed about my yeah, little screw up with the sound. I was just like watching at the names and some comments, but I didn't even saw you commenting. First off, before we even begin, I would like to say thank you so much for your support. All of your support, even watching my videos, means a lot to me. It really does so. And also thank you to all of your super chats in my previous live streams. You don't need to do super chats. I am not doing this for the super chat, guys. I'm just doing this just to talk to you and just have some fun. I was actually planning to have a video for you tonight, which I'm too late with. Probably it's going to be for tomorrow. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. So that's why I decided, just kind of out of nowhere, to just start off this live stream. Hey, Trevor. Well, there's so many guys. Hey, Lone Tech, Starlight. Wow, so much guys there. And Armin, my official sponsor. Yeah, I would like to first off say thank you so much to all my Patreons. Thank you. There's so many of you now, more than 120. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It's just like I think like 30-40% into going full time on this. If you can, well, if we can just go on. And also big thanks to my official sponsors on Patreon, which are Commander Darklight and also Art Armin. If you don't know what official sponsor means, they're pledging a little bit more on Patreon. It's like $100 a month. It's a lot of money, so I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Wow, anyway, Sebastian MRTV, thank you so much. Let's give this man money. He's working hard. Come on, I'm not doing this for the money, okay? I really do this because I love it. I'm so passionate about VR. I'm so passionate about these headsets, which I really love them. Not because it's Pimax, not because of the company, but because they really work great. And I was really hoping for that. And also, I love the community. The whole VR community is so awesome. The Pimax forums. I mean, even the Reddit, even though I'm not active there right now, but I still think it's a lovely community. And all of you guys on YouTube and everywhere. Also, I forgot to mention that today you can live stream and talk with me, or live chat with me on YouTube, and also in the Discord. On my Discord server in the live chat window. Hopefully everything is going to work out. Hopefully everything is going to be working better than it started without sound and stuff. I really screwed up. I actually had dual sound on my chat, and it was just not working in the live stream. Anyway, wow, so many of you. The Big B, we have so many guys here. Jan Red, one of my Patreons. Hey man, hope you're doing well, and Paradise DK as well. Hey man, I said actually hi to all of you before I turned on the sound. That was really bad. But I'm gonna try to monitor everything. I'm gonna be really careful about reading all your comments today and not miss any of the comments. So anyway, guys, before we start with some Q&A and some AMA, it's called, I think, Ask Me Anything, I would like to point out a few things, talk about a few things today, because there are some topics that are both good and bad. I have some good news and I have some bad news. This is not a news channel, and so, but still, I want to share the news with you. Yeah, the first news is that I'm actually not getting the RTX until about 2 or 3 weeks. Yes, I'm talking about 2 or 3 weeks. This has nothing to do with my pre-order. This has to do something about Nvidia screwing up. There's some chat about on Nvidia Reddit. There's some chat about the delays cost of tariffs, whatever that means. I don't know. Please let me know if you understand this better. There is actually a screenshot from an SMS that they got. You can check it out here. And yeah, what does it say really? It says like, unfortunately, it seems as blah blah blah. Let me see. We're checking to see if there's any estimated date. I mean, due to the recent tariffs. I'm not sure if that really is a good explanation. But somehow I just feel like it's like a bad excuse. Anyway, I was looking at my order, and you're gonna see it now. I'm just gonna show you it. Here it is, and yeah, as you can see, it's delayed until 19th, maybe 18th. They say. I got an email today from the representatives of the store, Komplett in Sweden. So yeah, I have nothing fun to share with you here. I was really hoping to do a lot of cool benchmarks, a lot of cool videos with the RTX card today already, or even yesterday, but everything just screwed up now, and now I have to wait. There's also a good reason for this all. I think it's because I took the MSI Gaming X Trio card, and that card seems to be the most delayed one of them all, of course, because I ordered it. Yeah, so 2-3 weeks or something like that. I think actually that Voodoo D Thomas is going to get the card earlier, because he ordered that card, which is Founders Edition, right? The NVIDIA Founders Edition, and he should get it anytime if he haven't already got it now. We'll see. So if you want some first benchmark, you can check out Thomas at the Voodoo D, the German YouTuber. He's usually doing some subtitles as well. He's doing it in Germany, but in German language, but still. Anyway, Chris Musa, thank you so much for your support. £2, thank you. I really appreciate that. Wow, guys, you don't have to, seriously. Yeah, so what more? Well, first off, that's the RTX card. Everything screwed up, and I don't know even exactly when it's going to be, but hopefully at least 18th or 19th of October. So next month. By the time already a lot of backers probably got the Pimax 8K, or at least a few hundred or so, I think. Because my second topic is going to be about Pimax. It's going to be a short one, I promise you. I'm not going to do a 3.5-hour live stream again. I think it's just too long for you to watch, even though you were quite a lot watching me last time. I really appreciate that. We were above 400 people in there at some time. Yeah, so well, I'm just gonna read something here. Emmanuel76, SweViver, love your work, thanks man. I said it before, massive thanks for your efforts, thanks man. You know, I do this both for you, but I also do this for myself because I really feel passionate about this. I really want to know about about everything about this headset, and I want to share my experiences and my knowledge about it. So yeah, I opted for the FL3 VR motion system. Yeah. Have you any thoughts of it? Well, I was looking at it, and I think that's the big one, right? The big one you're sitting in, and so it looks quite awesome. But I would say it's kind of too big. I have quite a limited space in here, to be honest. It just feels, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that yet. We'll see. I was also thinking about that Cat Mini, whatever it's called, Cat Mini something. You know, that treadmill. I was actually ready to pre-order it a couple of months ago, but then I realized it's going to be much more expensive because it's just, yeah, like taxes and shipments and stuff. It was like $2,000 something for everything, and I don't have that money. So yeah, I already spent like 1,400 euro on this RTX. I'm not even getting it in like 3 weeks. So hey, Kim Oremark. Kim Oremark, that's actually a writer for Game Reactor in Sweden, the biggest Swedish gaming website and the newspaper. It's an awesome guy. We work together sometimes as well. Cool guy. Hey man. And yeah, let's see who more do we have here. I'm just jumping between topics, I think. But anyway, I'm still not used to this. Hopefully you can understand me. Anyway, I have the Pimax topic, and I'm going to be short about it. First of all, the shipment. There has not been any official announcement yet, but I've been talking to Shunshu. I think that's how you pronounce it. Shunshu, that lovely lady on Pimax that I have been in contact with kind of all the time. And she told me that the first shipments is supposed to be this week. So hopefully today or tomorrow or Sunday. I mean, in China, they work like 7 days a week. So they are supposed to send it before that Chinese holiday begins again. So yeah, and it's about 100 backers, but it's not from number 1 and 100. I think there was someone around 130, backer number 130, that also got that first email about choosing between the Pimax 8K and the 5K Plus. So yeah, so there's going to be around 100 people getting the Pimax soon. I'm not sure though how they're going to send it. I assume that they're going to send it first to like Germany or something, to some kind of hub, and then yeah, spread it across Europe and maybe some hub in the USA, because I really hope that we don't have to pay any taxes for it, because that could be quite expensive. But they are working on that. They have been working on that for quite a long time. So hopefully it's going to be a good ride or good transfer for you of the Pimaxes. Red Frog, buy your cyber shoes now. Yeah, I saw Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV. He bought the cyber shoes. I was not looking at your stream, I'm sorry man, but I was just preparing for this. I'm gonna check it out later. So, but it looks cool. I think it looks cool. I gotta say, very interesting, and I really need some peripherals, some accessories for VR. I think, especially the globes and stuff. So we'll see. I'm working on that. P. Mulherin, do you think Pimax will give good customer service? I really hope so. They have given quite good customer service for the Pimax 4K users in the past. Maybe not in the beginning, but that was when the company just started off. But right now, as far as I know, they get quite a good support as soon as something is broken or needs to be fixed. I understand that you're worried. It's a small company, but I think they have resources. At least they should have the money for the resources now, I assume. I mean, I think they're going to get flooded with the pre-orders next month also. So yeah, I think money is not an issue. But anyway, back to the topic for a little bit. The shipment is supposed to happen this week. So if you are like number between 1 and 130 maybe or something like that, you should get your Pimax very soon. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get that shipment or this delivery, but hopefully 2 weeks or so, maybe faster. when the Pimax was sending stuff to me during the M1 beta phase, the 8K M1 beta phase, it took like 4 days, but they shipped it with DHL Express. So it took like 2 days to Stockholm and then another 2 days to arrive from Stockholm, which is 30 kilometers from here to my home. But it's just Swedish post, it's so slow. But anyway, I think it's gonna go quite fast. But there's also one more thing about Pimax, and that is the pricing. I know a lot of you that are subscribers to MRTV, Mixed Reality TV, Sebastian. You probably know about some information he has given you. I'm not going to spoil everything, because if you want the full information, make sure to subscribe to his channel and watch his video. And also, I think you need to be his Patreon to really get the full information there about the pricing. But he is in a discussion with Pimax CEO Robin about the price right now, because he's a little bit worried about what the price is going to be, especially for the 5K plus. We are both, or all of us, including Thomas and the others, and probably all of us backers, are hoping that it's not going to be too expensive, even though we backers paid much less for this. But still, for the pre-orders, I really hope that the 5K plus is going to be below 700, 650 maybe. I really hope so. I really, even though, I mean, Vive Pro is 800 or something, maybe 700 somewhere. But still, it's a much better headset than Vive Pro. But that doesn't mean we have to put us on the same ridiculous level. I think 800 would be too much. But still, anyway, Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV, he's working on this. He's really in Skype conversations and some chats and everything about all this. And I really hope he's going to convince Pimax to really go low price. We'll hope so. And good job, man. We really need this. Because I haven't been... well, I haven't been into this pricing. We have had some discussions in Berlin, but I haven't been talking to them about that lately now after Berlin. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Pixel, mute me. No, I didn't mute you. I hope I didn't. I actually didn't assign any moderator today. Maybe I should. I don't know, but it looks clean. It looks like all of you guys are behaving. So yeah, anyway, the pricing, we will know more very, very soon, and hopefully it's going to be a reasonable price. And as far as we know so far, the pre-order starts next month. If it's going to be the 5th of October or the last of October, we don't know. Probably it's going to be at the end of October, as always, just like with the shipping right now. But still, the pre-orders are coming. So the big B, what controllers are we supposed to use? Well, it's the Vive controllers so far. As I said before, we are going to get the first development kit of the Pimax controllers, those knuckle styles controllers that you can just attach to your hands and then use kind of like the Valve knuckles. We're going to get them maybe around New Year, somewhere maybe in the beginning of Q1. And then, as far as I know, the whole release of the controllers should be in Q2 next year. So between March and June, is that the Q2? I think so. So yeah, it's gonna wait a little bit more with the controllers, I think. Paradise DK, hey man, lovely YouTube channel. You should check him out. He's doing a lot of Oculus Rift gameplays and some other cool stuff. Lovely guy. He's talking so good English. I wish I could talk like you, man. And he's really humble and awesome. He has a question. Paradise DK. With all cool new VR headsets, Pimax, Quest, etc., what do you think HTC will do next? That's a very good question, to be honest. I feel that they're not getting anywhere right now. They have its own mobile headset, that Vive Focus. They haven't even released it in Europe. It's like everything is going in slow motion for the HTC. But I also think that's a matter of the money. They lack money. This looks like they're like separating all the business from the VR, and nobody knows if this company is going to be alive in one or 2 years. I personally, even though I may not be the best friend with HTC or the PR stuff anymore or the customer support, I still hope that they're going to bring out something to the market. And if they do, if they can really deliver like kind of like a Pimax headset, but with HTC, with wide field of view, I mean, I would buy it, no problem. Not if it's cost like $3,000, but if it's cost below 1,000 or something, or around that, sure. I mean, I'm open for that. I don't have anything against any company, and I really hope that HTC is not going to lose on this market, because we need them for the competition, for the prices, and And even though they are most expensive, but still, that also means that other companies want to be below that price. So every little company coming out on the market in the VR industry, we really need those, and we really should appreciate those. Just like Pimax. I mean, even if you don't like their headsets, you should appreciate that they're doing this for us, because this is only going to give us better HTC Oculus headsets in the end. So yeah, I have another topic as well. This is not a news channel, so I'm not going to give you any facts and so on, the specifications, but I want to just mention the whole, well, how do you call it? The whole hype about Oculus, the Oculus Connect 5, which was just ended yesterday, I think, in the United States. And you may wonder what I think about it. And you know me, I'm not a news channel, so I'm not going to talk about something I haven't even tested. I can give you just my opinions, but those opinions are just like based on out of nowhere, because I don't know much about this unit yet. Well, except for the specs, it looks good, quite okay on the paper, to be honest. I mean, it's a mobile headset. I was not hoping for that. I was hoping for something, yeah, to connect to my computer, just play Fallout 4 or Skyrim or some racing simulators or whatever, flight simulators. But no, we're getting a standalone headset with a 6 degree of freedom, I think it's called, 6 DOF. It's great. I mean, it is kind of like the ending of the first generation. It's supposed to have like 1440p panels with per eye, but it's not full 1440p. It's 1600 times 1440p per eye, and it is supposed to be mainly for gaming, which is awesome. We don't need any more Netflix headsets. I think we have them already. We have Oculus Go, and it's awesome for that purpose. But we need something for gaming, and that's why we also have those controllers now, which will of course be cooler in VR, when we can do 6 degree of freedom, move around in kind of a room scale environment, and also use the controllers. What worries me though is that it's using, I'm just cheating, I'm looking at my little note here. I'm looking at the papers here, and it says Snapdragon 835 as the processor or the main unit that is going to power up everything. 835, I think, isn't that quite an old processor or unit? I mean, I know we have the Oculus Go is having Snapdragon 821, so it's a kind of a cheaper and less powerful Snapdragon, but still, as far as I know, we have an 845 model coming in, if it's not already out, and also an 855 model, which is supposed to be released soon. And Oculus Quest is not going to be released until spring next year, and with all delays and all this stuff every time, I would say maybe May or June next year. I would assume that. I mean, couldn't they just wait a little bit longer and just add that Snapdragon 845 or 855 maybe, just to get some better performance? This is what bothers me most about... yeah, okay, Indigo Silverbell says that Snapdragon 835 is the last year's top model. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I'm not really into those Snapdragon models, but it's, as far as I know, there are 2 more models either coming in, or one of them, 845, may already be out. And I just wonder, is this going to be enough for VR games? I know Oculus is claiming now that we're supposed to be playing games like Robo Recall. I mean, Robo Recall, guys, when I play Robo Recall on this thing, let's say PiTool 1.0, and yeah, I can play it with 90 frames per second, or 80 on the Pimax 8K, of course. But if I put it on like PiTool 1.5, which makes the game much more beautiful, it's not going to be fully fluid. On a GTX 1080 Ti with an Intel i7 8700K, almost at 5 GHz. So I don't know what, I don't know, sorry if I may be, you know, totally wrong here, but can a Snapdragon 835 do something that my GTX 1080 Ti is not even capable of? I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is going to be enough. I don't know. Maybe they will somehow make those games more primitive, you know, take out some of the shaders and some of the details and so, but I'm still worried about the performance in games, because this is supposed to be a gaming machine. I mean, a standalone VR headset, great idea, 6 degree of freedom, we have controllers, room scale, everything, nice displays, probably awesome optics as well, because Oculus did a great job with the Oculus Go. But the performance, I don't know. Vorinami, thank you so much, man, for your super chat. I really appreciate that. One of my lovely patrons as well. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You little cheater. I'm cheating, I know. Today I have like a note only, just a few hook points, and that was some of the specs for the Oculus Quest. So yeah, it bothers me, the performance. I'm a little bit bothered that it's not gonna be enough. Having that said, I will buy it. Yes, I will pre-order it, buy it, whatever. As soon as it's possible, I will buy it, and I really hope that the European market is gonna be, well, a part of it in the first release. I don't want another US only release, or a Chinese or an Asian release, even like the Vive Focus. It's kind of like, what's wrong with Europe? Come on. Okay, we pay more for everything. The Oculus, the Oculus Quest is probably going to cost like 450 euro instead of $399, or maybe more, even like 500 euro. We'll see about that. So please give us that from the beginning. And if it's going to be available in Sweden or anywhere in Europe as far as possible, I will, as soon as possible, I will pre-order it, and I'm going to get it. Of course, I mean, it's a cool thing. It's kind of like a first generation for standalone VR, which has kind of the same possibilities as the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and all of these. So yeah, but yeah, well, I'm still not convinced about this performance and the specifications. They could have been better, and hopefully they're going to decide to go with a better Snapdragon processor. Also, the price, you were wondering about the price. I think it's reasonable, $399. I mean, it's not bad. Probably most of the people who are interested in VR can actually afford this, and that's awesome. Starlight PL did a great job. Oh, I saw you mentioned me. Thank you so much about the review. If you still haven't seen my Pimax full review, 2 hours 45 minutes. I know it's quite long, but it's going into detail on everything, like everything, I promise you. And if it doesn't, you can check out my follow-up videos I just made this past week. And so there's going to be more, much more. And I'm going to come to that in a second also. So yes, guys, wow, did I miss any big questions here? Sorry, I have not even, I don't know even where my, man, what am I doing? My Discord window just closed, but I'm working on it here. So yes, let's see. Let's see, what do we have? Any more questions before I move on with the topics? I'm just trying to jump between the stuff here. I think it might be a little bit messy, but you know me, I am a messy person. I'm not so organized as Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV. He always does these live streams, so you know, he always knows what to say, and so I never do. I'm just like, you know, I was talking to my brother earlier today, Dennis, my lovely brother. He's also in the chat, I think. And he was like, yeah, you should do a live stream. I was like, yeah, but I was not planning to. I'm supposed to get that video ready. And he was like, no, do the live stream. And it was like 3 hours ago. I was like, okay, why not? So yeah, I'm totally unprepared for this. But yeah, but I'm going to try to do my best. General Geno, one of my lovely Patreons, is asking a question in the Discord server, the live stream chat. He says, hey, SweViver, what do you think about the review of the Spanish testers? Well, that's a very good question. Let me be honest here, okay? I saw the review, I read it, almost all of it, translated to English, of course. A lot of the things are actually true. I mean, we have distortion, we have some small problems here and there. I think I have covered everything in my review as well. But there are also some things that the Spanish testers just, I think they're just like expecting too much. And I always get the feeling from the start, and no hard feeling, guys. No, I don't want to be rough on you. I'm just telling you the truth. Guys, we pledged for a headset for like $500, $350 if you took the 5K. Now we get the 5K plus for that money. And yeah, it's going to be more expensive now, but still, this is not Star VR. We cannot expect a perfect glass, I mean perfectly clear panels up to 170 or 200 degrees or whatever. There's going to be distortion. There's going to be some blurring at the edges. I told you that already. I think you're getting a little bit too picky on all this stuff. And then you also have some of these things mentioned that I really cannot find. There is also some users on the Pimax forums which has mentioned that as well. and there's some kind of blur happening in the middle of the screen for some people, and I'm not really sure what it's all about. I really cannot understand it because I have never seen it, and I wish I could see it to really give you that information, because I really want to give you all the information that you need. But I just can't see it. I cannot see any blur in the middle. I can see some blur at the edges, of course. If I really look up at there's going to be only slightly little blur there and there, but it's like minimal, maybe some minimal distortion up down, but it's nothing you will be ever thinking about. But mainly the peripheral vision out here, yes, it's going to be a little bit not distorted maybe, but blurred out, and it's like blooming out, just like I explained before in one of my previous live streams. When something is blurred out, it looks a little bit bigger. It's like blooming out a little bit. So when things go, they might appear a little bit bigger when they go to the last 20 degrees or something like that. But more than that, no, I cannot agree there. And I can really not agree on the Spanish testers about a lot of this stuff mentioned, especially the real virtual. I mean, he's a skilled guy. This guy knows everything. He's a really professional guy. He made that pattern, or the test pattern program, the real virtual test, both for Unity in Steam VR home environment, but also an Unreal version, which I was using in the review. And I'm not questioning your knowledge. Definitely not. You know probably much more than I do. But still, for a VR enthusiast as me, a VR gamer, even a flight simulator or a racing simulator guy, I do not see those minor things like the edge distortion like a problem, especially on a headset that really does not cost that much if you compare it to the current headsets we have on the market. And the blurring issue, no, I cannot see it. There's been a few people telling me about that. Like in the center, there's like a small spot on the lower side. If you look down, everything is going to be a little bit more blurry. But I don't get it. I don't get it. But yes, so would you say they're exaggerating the problems? No, well, yes, I do. And maybe they have bad units. No, I don't think so, actually. I think they have the same units as we. They got a few of these guys got the M2 unit as well, and also the 5K Plus, which is like an M2 as well, I guess. And they didn't get any newer unit, and so the units we have here at home, this is the final unit, and that's going to be shipped anytime now. But no, I really cannot see that. And those minor little things that they're like pointing out sometimes, just like feels like, come on guys, we're not there yet, okay? We cannot expect it. This is not the last headset that's ever going to come out, neither from Pimax or any other company. We have a lot of things to come out to see soon. I mean, we have the Star VR, which is going to be 100 times better, of course, but it's going to be like 10 times more expensive as well, or at least 5 times more expensive. I cannot afford that. Can you? I don't know. So no, I cannot agree on that. And I've been in quite rough discussions with those Spanish guys as well, a few of these, CD8 for example, and some others. I mean, I like the guys, they were really nice, no harm, no hard feelings, nothing like that, but I cannot really agree about your pickiness, or do you call that? I'm not sure. It's just too much, guys. Just let it be. Just let people have fun with those headsets now. Because they are going to have a lot of fun. They're going to love it. They're going to love the field of view. They're going to love the resolution, especially on the 5K Plus, which is really sharp, crisp, the clarity, everything better than Vive Pro. I mean, how much can you expect from a headset, from a Kickstarter campaign, from the smallest company in the VR industry so far? I mean, those who makes VR headsets at least. Dead by Lemons Gaming, thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm a little bit late with it. I just scrolled up. It just like disappeared so fast. 5K or the 8K for Onward, long range spotting, sniping. You know, I told you before that if 8K was better in those games, I would say that the 8K actually shines a little bit more still when I'm trying it with IL2 Sturmovik and also with Digital Combat Simulator, even though Digital Combat Simulator is not the best example here. Also, I would say War Thunder looks a little bit better on the 8K for some reason, but Onward and Pavlov really looks crisp and really looks sharp, and you know, the clarity is so fantastic on the 5K Plus. So I would actually go for the 5K plus. And onward, you have a very big maps, of course, so you can see opponents from a very long distance. So yeah, I mean, you need the resolution, but I wouldn't say that the 5K plus resolution is limiting you here. You're still going to see those little guys like small black dots, but they're still going to be defined. It's not going to be like 2 pixels running around. It's still, I would say that even on the biggest maps out in the desert and so, this, I mean, I can see opponents from really far away. It's so easy to spot them. I cannot aim at them. It's just like impossible to aim at them because my hands going like this. I'm like shaking. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old or something. But I really can see. I can see further than I can aim, and I think that says it all. So go for the 5K plus, and you're gonna love it. Death by Lemons. I think this headset is for you. Even though I think 8K has its strength still, as I told you yesterday in my movie and video about how you watch movies and videos and so on Pimax, and which headset is the best. And I gave you some points there, and 8K really takes the edge there in especially a few of these things that I mentioned. And those black dots, or black, they're not black, they're darker. Those dots could actually be a little bit distracting while watching movies. You probably know what I mean if you have seen my review, and also yesterday's video. I also added a little example there, and it's mostly visible in skin colors and orange colors, red colors, some yellowish colors, sometimes in blue colors as well, light blue at least, but mostly you won't see it. But 5K plus, go for it, man. You're gonna love it with Onward. It's awesome. And also the 90 frames per second maybe can help you out a little bit more. Some people are more sensitive to it, so to the 80 and 90. Maybe some people will feel that 90 frames per second is better than 80. I don't, but maybe you do. So just to be sure, just to be safe, go for the 5K plus. Jenon Snetram, also one of my patrons. Hey man, Benjamin Benyor, SweViver made a video on how well they run on GTX 1070. Yes, if you still haven't seen that, check it out. The GTX 1070 on my laptop. You will see the big disappointment with the Pimax. It's really not made for GTX 1070, but you can still play the more simpler games, even Assetto Corsa actually, which is a kind of an advanced simulator, and some other games like Onward, Pavlov, and so they're still playable, but they're not going to be stable 80 or 90 frames per second, not all the time. Kirillov, hey man, do you think that big distortion in 170 degree can be fixed with software updates? To a certain degree, yes, it's going to be possible, yes, but not fully. I don't think so, and that also because of the panel, the lenses, I mean, which are kind of flat at the end, and there's always going to be a little bit blur at that little last part, the last 10 degrees, I would say. So no, I don't think, unless they swap the lenses, do a new model, or maybe make a new swappable lenses, because it's so easy to swap out those lenses I showed you before. So by software it can improve, but not fully, no. So we cannot expect a perfect headset without any distortion on 170 degrees, no. Guys, by the way, Horst Schlemmer, thank you so much, €2. Thank you so much for your super chat. I'm sorry I missed you totally. Greets from Germany, greetings from Sweden, Södertälje, actually south of Stockholm. Thank you. I'm trying to scroll here to see if I have missed something, because sometimes I just scroll and I just cannot see those super chats for some reason. This is supposed to be a window that I can only see the super chats, but I haven't found it yet. I'm such a noob at this still. Bog Brush is asking, are the field of view profiles editable in files on disk? Not yet, but we have requested that, and I think it's possible actually. There is a configuration file, I can spoil that. There is a configuration file that you can actually see the different field of view options and the degrees of them. But when I tried to change, it didn't do any difference. Maybe I did something wrong, but I think it should be possible, because it's through software. It's not going through any firmware stuff, hardware stuff. So it's a software solution just to render less of the panels. So I think that's going to be possible, as well as profile for games within the PiTool. So you can just like set different field of view options, the resolutions, the PiTool render quality, and maybe some other options, maybe the brightness slider when it arrives, and some other things into every game you have on Steam. So you can just start it off through PiTool. And hopefully PiTool is going to get like a VR interface as well. I think they're working on that. That's the PVR home, the PiTool home, which is so far just like a Galaxy screen. It looks cool, but there's nothing to do. You can just like play around with your hand tracking unit so far. That's all. So yeah, let's see. Starlight PL, can you build a stock from plumbing parts for? Oh, you can build a stock from plumbing parts for 30 Polish zloty, and it will improve your aiming a lot. It's like €5 or €6 or something, right? That's not a bad idea. I actually got some proposals, or what, I don't know how you say them, some offers from some of the guys making those stocks, and one of them was actually shipped to me, but there was something wrong with the address and my name, so I could not collect it because it was not typed. Some letters were missing, so that stock just went back to the to the guy again. I haven't got it since then. So I'm getting some kind of gun stock. I don't really remember the name of it, to be honest, but it's some of these that the other YouTubers, VR YouTubers, have already reviewed. So I will get some of these. I think it's going to be much more easy to aim on in Onward, Pavlov, and those games. Let's see, what more do we have? ProTube VR stuff. Yeah, I think that's the one. Where's commentary says? Thank you, man. I think that was the one, ProTube. Yeah. So yeah, I almost had it. It was here in Södertälje, but it got stuck. They were very picky with the names. If your name is not perfect, I mean on your ID, as it is on the sender's information, then it's like game over. You cannot collect it. There's like, I tried, but it was impossible. Let's see. EHE Brandon, is the distortion as bad as the Spanish reviewers make it sound? No, definitely not. That's what I'm trying to say here. I do not agree on the distortion. They're really not bad. And no, I mean, seriously, 80 backers were in Berlin. We had a lot of fun with both the headsets. Some people were actually using the headsets for more than 3 hours totally during one day. I remember he said that in the Pimax forums. I mean, we had a lot of time. They had so much fun. Nobody was really bothered about the distortion. Some of them could see it. Some of them didn't even see it. And especially if you go for the normal field of view, the 150 degrees or 155 maybe it is, I think it's like so wide still. You lose like 10 degrees on each side, even less. And it's 10 degrees is not much. I promise you, it's like a minor difference only. It's like one centimeter on each side, maybe, or if you can count it like that. So no, this is really not bad distortion, and I cannot really agree with the Spanish testers, as I said before. Groggy Greg, cool name. Could the 8K be updated to 90 frames per second by software at a later point? I don't think so, actually. There seems to be something about the scaler. It's not only the resolution and the panels, but it's also the scaler, which is the problem here. So I think they're kind of limited to like 84 or 85 hertz, and they want to make it more even, so they just put it, just to be sure, they put it on 80. But please do not worry about that. I don't think you will have any problems with the refresh rate. None of us had so far. If you are very sensitive to it, if you really know that you are very sensitive to it, if you have tried the Oculus Go and something like that with lower refresh rate, go for the 5K plus, and then you have like 91 hertz even. It's only a bug, guys. It's going to be 90 hertz in the end. I have contacted Pimax about that. They're going to fix that. They're looking at it right now. Rudel Zavendo, how many people own a 1080 Ti, 2080 Ti? Probably less than 5% of VR users. Very narrow market for Pimax. Yes, it is, but I didn't say it requires a 1080 Ti, but it's recommended, I would say. You can still play a lot of those simples. I mean, you have to remember like 20%, I think it's like 20% of the VR community is actually still just playing VR chat and games like that. people are still playing the lab. People are still playing the games like Job Simulator, you know, those games that I just forgotten already. They're great, of course, but some people just prefer them. And on the Pimax with a 1070, you will be able to play those games. Also, if you're a hardcore Onward fan, especially Pavlov and Onward also, you will be able to play it in 90 frames or 80 on the 8K with a 1070. If you have a 1070 Ti, that's even better. So no, it's not only 5% of the VR users. I would say it's much more. It's not the 100%, of course, but at least I think the majority of the VR users has a 1070 at least. I really hope so. Sasuke, hey man, where is that a girl? I'm sorry, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure about your avatar, Sasuke. Anyway, any chance you tried 3D stereo pancake games on the Pimax? Well, I actually tried some VorpX games, like the not Dirt Rally, but it was like Dirt 3 or something, and Formula 1 2017. I tried it with VorpX. Somebody was asking about VorpX as well, so I'm gonna like merge the two questions here. I tried it, and before I went into full VR mode, I also tried it having on like pancake style, just with 3D vision. It worked great actually. And with the car racing simulators like the Dirt, if you're outside, if you have the outside view, it really is immersive to just see that car in 3D and just drive around. And it's kind of like a big view anyway, thanks to the field of view. So yeah, it works, but I wouldn't recommend that over VR view, but it still works. I also tried Yooka-Laylee, the 3D platformer game, and also the A Ghost Tale. I made video of both of these games, sorry, which are VR modded. They were great in that, I mean, flat view, but still in 3D depth. It works just like on the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive Pro. So yeah, it works. And the VorpX also is working, but you are gonna need some tweaking for the field of view. When I was tweaking the Resident Evil 7, it took me some time to really get that field of view, because you can stretch the field of view, of course, but then you need to like align it also, so when you are turning your head, so it's not, so the field of view is like turning as it's supposed to do. So there is some tweaking to do. Otherwise, the field of view is gonna just feel weird, but you can do that. And I think that Ralph from VorpX, which is the main guy at VorpX, I think he's gonna solve this stuff as soon as the Pimax arrives as well. He's gonna probably like the Pimax as well. Especially, I mean, there are so many cool games, like even Skyrim looks actually better with VorpX, and especially Fallout 4 VR, or Fallout 4. I mean, it looks better with VorpX than it does playing the VR version. So yeah, Jose Ferrer, why 8K plus is clear? No, 5K plus is clearer than 8K. Please explain the Pimax 8K fiasco. It's not a fiasco, it's just, there are two things here. First of all, we have the upscaler. It has 4K resolution panels. It's having a 1440p signal. You're first rendering a high resolution, you're downscaling it to 1440p, you're sending it over the cable to the headset, which has a scaler, and then it scales the 1440p signal up to 4K again. And then, I mean, through the whole chain, we have kind of like a loss in quality, of course. It's downscaling and it's upscaling. It's gonna, of course, it's not gonna be as sharp, and the clarity is not gonna be the same as it is on the 5K plus. Besides that, we have, I mean, you have seen my panel video about the True Lens videos, the latest ones. And yeah, the Pimax 8K looks really bad, almost, I would say, in comparison with the 5K plus. It's kind of like an exaggerated look of it, because you will never see those pixels in real life. You will hardly see any pixel pattern at all. So, but if you really look into the technical part, and if you really dig into macro shots and look at it, yes, then the panels are kind of better on the 5K plus, because it's like a vertical horizontal pattern and not like a diagonal strange pattern as the 8K has. So those are the two reasons. And it's not a fiasco, because I still think that a lot of times the 8K can render a better image of things that are not too far away. It's going to give you more details. It's not going to be as sharp maybe, but it's still going to give you a more defined image. Of course, it's like interpolating the pixels, and you know, if you have like a few pixels, it's going to put pixels in between, so it's going to be less jaggy, even though the 8K is a little bit jaggy as well, but that's because of the render still not doing the perfect job. But no, it's not a fiasco. And in flight simulators, as I said it 100 times, and I'm gonna say it again, it looks a little bit better in EL2 Sturmovik and the Digital Combat Simulator. At far distance, when you're looking at the planes or some buildings very, very far away, you actually see some more definitions on the things at that very far distance. And maybe it's just because it looks more natural. It's not so sharp and so, you know, jaggy, because the sharper you get, the more sharp image you get, the more jagged edges you're going to get, unless you put a lot of anti-aliasing. But that anti-aliasing is going to make it look more blurrier anyway. So you kind of lose the point of the 5K plus if you put too much anti-aliasing. So no, it's not a flop. I think it just serves a purpose, especially for videos, for example, but it also serves a purpose for a lot of simulators. So yeah, I think there's going to be I don't know how many, but I would say at least 20% of the flight simmers who are going to choose the 8K just for that reason, I would say. Yasin, welcome, man. Thank you so much. One of my Patreons once again. Can you make the 8K better on a later stage by making software changes? Well, that's what I hope. That's what they have been doing so far. I can tell you it looked bad. It looked really bad at the beginning of the M1 phase with the Pimax 8K M1. It was really blurry then. It was not really blurry, but it was much more blurry than it is today. It was more jaggy. There was really no clarity at all. In games, it was totally acceptable, but in the Steam VR menu and dashboard, it really looked quite disappointing, and that's why you saw those leaks as well. People were not happy, especially the Spanish testers were like furious. But it has improved a lot with updates, and I think they're going to work on this because they really want that. I don't think they want to scratch the 8K totally and just like put it in a trash can and then like, yeah, we have the 5K plus. No, I mean the 8K was still the big triumph. How do you call it in English? You know, the big thing on the pedestal for Pimax. So I think they want to make it a good headset in the end, and it is a good headset, but I think it has a lot of room for improvements. So yeah, it's going to be better. Sasuke, once again, do you know if Pimax is going to release their own version of Vive trackers at a better price if possible? Just curious. Very good question. I really hope so. I have 4 Vive trackers here at home, which I hardly use, but I still think it's a great idea as long as we get some more support in games, which is really needed, because right now we don't have much support at all. But still, I mean, in a game like Island 359, right? Yeah. You can kick dinosaurs, you can do stuff like that. I mean, Final Soccer, or I think it's like, yeah, it's called Final Soccer. It was previously called Final Goal. You can kick some football. There's going to be more games coming out soon with that tracker support, like an UFC game that I actually have access to. It's not a UFC official game, but anyway, it's coming soon. So there is a lot of room to work on the trackers and the tracker support, and I really hope that Pimax can like release something that is cheaper, maybe like 70 bucks at least, or even 50 if that's possible. Maybe a few less of these sensors on each tracker. Maybe that could make it less expensive. I hope so, but I don't know anything about that yet. Pimax haven't said anything, and I think they're trying to concentrate on the controllers and all the important stuff right now, instead of just like trying to push another thing to the market, because they have already the wireless unit, they have the scent sensor, you know, the smell sensor, they have the hand tracking unit, which is kind of done, but still, nah, just wait with that. I think the trackers, maybe late next year they can work on it, but give them time. And still, the tracker support is not big yet, so you are not losing out much if you don't have them so far. I was actually hoping for HTC to actually lower the price, make a bundle, $200 for 3 of these, but no, that seems to be not possible because everything is too expensive on the HTC side. Aura Rove, as someone backing 8KX last year, would you wait for next panel 3080 Ti series NVIDIA due to the 8K panel sharpness in general, assuming sharpness won't be as good as the native resolution? I think that the 2080 Ti should be more than enough. maybe not for the big flight simulators, but you need to remember something. 8KX is having a 4K resolution, right? Per panel, and it's supposed to have a native 4K signal per eye. As long as the cable can manage it, then we're good, right? But the problem is right now, if you play at PiTool at 1.5 right now with the 8K, and you put like SteamVR super sampling at 100%, which I did in the video yesterday, the video about videos and movies, we have a resolution way above 4K, and I could still render it, because the SteamVR and those all the applications, even the PiTool application, it is actually rendering a much higher resolution that it's sent to the headset. So already here we are ready for the 8KX, if you think about it. And there are a lot of the games, Assetto Corsa as an example, I can play it with PiTool 1.5, SteamVR super sampling at 100%, large field of view, and it's mostly 90 frames per second on the 5K. So if we can do this, we can of course play on the 8KX with the same performance with native 4K resolution, because we're skipping all the downsampling, upsampling, all the unnecessary parts, the scaler. You just pass through signal of 4K, and it's above 4K even. So yeah, I think we don't need to wait for the 3080 Ti unless you want to play like maybe Digital Combat Simulator or something like that. But we'll see. Well, we'll see how the RTX performs in Digital Combat Simulator, especially X-Plane 11 as well. Hopefully it's going to get better performance soon. Let's see, guys. I'm trying to catch up here. General Geno again in the live stream chat on the Discord. SweViver, do you think Pimax should rethink launching the 8K for retail? I think they should only sell the 5K plus, maybe 5K too. 8K has little reason to exist until they can get similar quality panels as 5K plus. I would say there's still, as I said, 8K still serves a purpose here. So, I mean, there's going to be minority of the people ordering the 8K, even at pre-orders, I guess. But I still think it serves its purpose. It has less screen door effect. It has slightly better color, slightly better contrast, not those dark dots. There's like a lot of points there which could be quite frustrating for some people. Also, I mean, if you have the good computer that can handle simulators to go up to 80 frames per second with good image quality, and then you're also getting rewarded because you don't need to render those 90 frames. You can render just 80 frames per second and get a butter smooth image. So no, I still think, even though the 8K maybe wasn't that big success, which they hoped for because they launched a better headset meanwhile, even before release, but I still think there is a room for the 8K, and I think those who order the 8K, backers or the pre-order guys, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like it. Don't worry about that. You are gonna like it. So yeah, it's still better. I mean, it's still better compared to what we have right now. So you're not downgrading from your Vive Pro to 8K. Definitely not. Yeah, so let's see. Marco, SweViver, don't you miss the pass-through camera? I really like that feature on the Vive. Keeps me from hitting things in my small play space. Well, I hit things all the time, even in my green screen room here. I hit those posts when the green screen is like tensioned on, and I would say I used the camera for the first 2 weeks when I got my Vive in April 2016. I haven't used it since then. I turned off that feature. It's not even possible to use with the wireless TPcast. I'm not sure if it's possible to use with the wireless HTC Vive wireless adapter now with the new one. No, I don't miss that camera at all, to be honest. No, if it at least had some kind of AR or yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just tired right now. Augmented reality stuff. It would be cool, but it doesn't. It's just showing your room in a Matrix style. It's no. I don't think I miss it. So no, just forget about the camera. It doesn't make much for you. And yeah, of course, I understand if you're used to see your room this way, to not hit stuff. Yeah, I could see a problem with that in the beginning, at least, until you get used to it. But you are gonna get used to it without the camera as well. It's just like, it's like riding a bicycle without your hands. It may be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but it's gonna be like well, no problem after a while. Wow, we get a new super chat. Chris B, thank you so much. $10. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all your work. Thanks, man. You know, I'm doing this work for you guys. I'm also doing it for myself. I'm just doing it because I feel it's awesome. It's so fun to make all this. I have a lot of ideas for videos, and I'm gonna take one more question, and then I'm gonna keep talking because I have a few more things to mention here actually today. And let's see. Frasbo 100. SweViver, I know you love racing sims. Have you raced in real life? What should I get? Keen onward player, 8K or 5K plus? Well, as I said, if you are a keen onward player, you should get the 5K plus. I think in the end, you're gonna love the clarity. If I have raced in my real life, no, obviously not, because I'm really bad at the racing games and simulators, as you have seen already. I'm really trying. I'm not a bad driver in real life, to be honest. I can drive my car very good. I have a Seat Leon experience, like, you know, combi wagon car, like all track. Yeah, it's a simple car, but no, but I don't do any racing in real life. No, I wish I did, but I think it's too late to begin now. But if you are an onward player, go for the 8K or the 5K plus. You're gonna love it, I promise you. So yeah, again, Chris B, thank you so much. And I'm gonna see now. Yes, let's talk about something else. We have some good news for the flight simmers. I think it's good news actually. You're gonna see that probably in my next video, hopefully tomorrow, if I just get it on time. I really hope so. There are some birthdays tomorrow, so maybe it's gonna be for Sunday. We'll see. But I'm gonna try to make it done for tomorrow. There is an update in the well, let's begin with the Digital Combat Simulator, okay? There is a shader mod, a custom shader mod, which is supposed to fix much better performance in Digital Combat Simulator, which sounds like great news to me, actually. I can just show you this very fast here. Hopefully this is gonna work. I really hope so. I hope, yeah, you can see that now. There's a shader mod. It's been out for a while, like since August this year. And this shader is changing a lot of stuff, like the MSAA. It's only applying it for the middle area of the view in VR. It's disabling some histograms calculations, disabling bloom. It's fixing some compute shaders, removing some resolve depth shaders. It's yeah, you can read all this. And the thing here is that if you just look at those examples, stock shaders with the Hornet, the FA-18 Hornet, 65 frames per second. If you go with the mod, you get 98 frames per second. And I'm just going to show you an example here. If you just compare these two, this is the one original, and then we have this one. I mean, the difference is not huge here. Obviously, on the canopy or on the glass around, you can see there's some more reflections on the original image. If you can have a look at, oh, sorry. Yeah, if you just have a look at all the reflections here, and if we go back to the other picture, there are less reflections for some reason. I think that's one of the stuff here. I think the HDR is also somewhat removed or so. It looks a little bit more simple with the lighting, but it's still not much. I mean, if you compare, this is the original one and this is the modded one. But still, I mean, if you just think about it, that you're gaining, like going from 65 to 98 frames per second, here from 61 to 94 frames per second, I think we can gain a lot here in VR. I have not tried it, or well, I'm trying right now. I just started trying this out with the Digital Combat Simulator with Pimax and everything, but I'm still not done yet. I'm still trying to calibrate some stuff, because there is some stuff you need to adjust in this mod to really make it to work on the Pimax, because the Pimax has a much wider field of view. So this is the problem here. But I think this is great news, and I'm going to do a video about it very, very soon, as I said, for tomorrow or this Sunday, about the Digital Combat Simulator. Because if we can reach at least 60 frames per second or so with acceptable graphics, acceptable I mean, looks, everything, sharpness, so we can really read the gauges, so we can really enjoy the simulator as it's supposed to be enjoyed, I think we're getting somewhere here. And then add RTX 2080 Ti into this in a couple of weeks. As I said before, it's delayed a couple of weeks. We could theoretically maybe reach those 80 frames per second at least on the 8K, and maybe 90 even on the 5K plus. So yeah, this is really something that I'm looking forward to give you some answers about, if it's really working. I don't know, have you tried it? Let me know if you have tried this. I think it could be some great news, especially for all the Pimax gamers, because yeah, you can play the game on your monitor in 100 frames per second, of course, but in the Pimax it's like suffering. If you really make it sharp right now, you get like 30 frames per second or something, 40 maybe. And I know I did something wrong here. I was using like maximum super sampling in game. I'm not supposed to do that. So for this test for tomorrow or Sunday, I will be having minimal in-game super sampling, but I will just raise the PiTool value and just try to fiddle around with that with the SteamVR super sampling. Try to find a balance so the game is still sharp, or simulator is still sharp and looks great and runs as good as possible on a 1080 Ti. So yeah, let's see. Glowing Omran. Hey SweViver, Digital Combat Simulator World has a free weekend now with the Hornet, Persian Gulf map, and even Su-33. Wow, that is so cool. Thank you so much for that. I had no idea. So anyone can try it for free this weekend starting today. Wow, that's awesome, guys. You hear that? Digital Combat Simulator, especially the FA-18 Hornet, is free this weekend. Try it out. It's the coolest aircraft I've ever been flying in VR, especially on the Pimax as well. But also the Su-33, the Sukhov, or whatever it's called, in Russian airplane, very cool one. I think you can do like, hopefully you can do in this free weekend, you can also do some carrier landings, carrier takeoffs. It's so cool. So yeah, try it. QZ is asking, the Pimax shipped? They're supposed to ship. I have not got the confirmation yet, but I have spoken to Shunshu, the Chinese Pimax lady that I've been with contact with all the time, and she said the shipping is gonna take place this week. Remember, China, they work like day and night from Monday to Sunday, so the week is not over yet. I know we all of us have a weekend now, but they don't. They're always working, kind of. That's why they have those Chinese holidays. That's the only time they're free, right? It's like Chinese New Year, Chinese whatever. So yeah. Starlight PL, skip the MSAA, the anti-aliasing in options when setting Kigetus mod. Oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Yes, I need to add that. But that mostly with Pimax, when you play games, you don't need any MSAA, you don't need any anti-aliasing. Most of the time, actually, Onward looks almost as good without anti-aliasing and runs much better even though Onward is not the best example, because it's actually running quite good even on GTX 1070. But a lot of games really do not need any anti-aliasing at all. Especially if you're running like PiTool 125 or 150, 1.5, I mean. So thanks Starlight PL, I will try that. Yes, I'm not 100% sure about those Digital Combat Simulator settings yet, but I'm still learning. It was running really great on my Odyssey before, so I think I need to step into another level of configuring everything and setting up things to really get it stable on the Pimax 8K, because I really want to start flying those airplanes, Hornet and everything. So yes, and next thing is there are some new X-Plane 11 is gonna get a new update. It's gonna be called update 11.13, I think it is 11.30, sorry. And it's gonna have I'm just gonna switch to that view. Hopefully you're gonna see it. I hope so. I really hope it switched. I'm not sure. Yeah, it did. 4K panels and cockpit objects in the next version. They have announced it. As far as I understand, it is still in a closed beta, that release. I think. I haven't seen it go live yet. So yes, this looks very interesting to me. I mean, 4K cockpits, it's gonna look much sharper on the Pimax 8K and 5K Plus, of course. They are talking about it should not affect the performance much. Maybe 1, 2, 3 frames per second, which may be 5 frames per second, but still, if we can get that sharpness, that means maybe that we can use a lower PiTool render quality slider with Pimax. We'll see. So I think that's great news as well. And we have also a mod for IL2 Sturmovik, which I cannot find right now. I don't know what I did with that bookmark. I had it here somewhere, but it just vanished. Sorry, guys. There's supposed to be a IL2 mod. Yeah, I cannot find it here. I will give you, I think I gave you the details in my video description of this live stream, actually. Yes, it is here. Sometimes I'm smart, right? Yeah, so there's like an icon mask. I'm going to switch the view again so we can see something here. Icon mask by cockpit, which is good. Zoom for VR, which seems to be improved now, which, as far as I know. There's some color changes, cloud fixes, and I think this also might give you some better performance. As far as I know, it could give you some performance. At least it shouldn't affect the performance, and it should make the looks better. So yeah, I think it's quite interesting news for, I mean, especially the Digital Combat Simulator with that mod, even though it may not be the latest shader mod. I mean, it's been out for a while, but they're still improving it all the time. And for Pimax users, that could be really, really handy because we don't have that brain warp yet. We don't have these options yet, so we cannot really... Yeah, we cannot really gain the best performance yet, at least with the Digital Combat Simulator. It's kind of bad right now. I was really hoping to give you some numbers now with the RTX, but I cannot because it's delayed. As I said, if you haven't seen it, if you just joined the live stream, my RTX is delayed quite a lot. I can show you this once again. My RTX order is here, and as you can see, the date down there is like 19th October, 3 weeks from now. Yes, that's true. It's really bad. But there's nothing I can do. I chose the wrong RTX card. The MSI Gaming X Trio seems to have a lot of problems or something with the shipments. I don't know what it's all about, but it's delayed more than many other cards. If I took the Gigabyte card, I would have it now at home already. But there were no in stock in the stores either in Stockholm. I was there actually earlier today to just check it out. No cards available. So I was actually prepared to cancel my pre-order and just grab any Game Ward or whatever card just to have an RTX card here at home, but I couldn't. So I really tried, guys. I'm sorry, but as soon as it comes, yeah, as soon as it comes, it's gonna be. I think it's going to be very interesting. I really hope so. I mean, the performance is between 30 to 50% better in flat pancake games. I mean, we can probably expect at least the same performance increase in VR. Even more maybe with the VR works or whatever. So let's hope so. Sasuke, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate that. Thanks for existing, Martin. Well, I do, and so far I'm here. I'm sorry, by the way, I have not shaved. I look like a trash. I look like a terrorist almost now. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm just been busy. Yeah, sorry for that. Wow, we're more than 200 people, even though I'm not doing much. I'm not saying much, but yeah, thanks guys for all of you being here. I really appreciate that. Pixel says that Xunshu confirmed retail Pimax at $375 and base station. Well, I cannot really believe that. Yeah, you said that, not me. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. And this guy says $599, hopefully lower. I hope so as well, actually. I really hope there's going to be a good price on the Pimax 5K. We'll see. So anyway, Sasuke, thank you so much. And also, you should try to mod for clouds in IL2. Gives high resolution clouds at all quality levels. Oh, cool. Coconut side. Thank you, man. I will try that. Maester Lou is asking, how about local retails? Yeah, I was there. As I said, I was there today, just asking in 3 different stores, the most popular ones, Webhallen. I was at Enet, and also I was in another computer store in Kungens Kurva. And no, they're like out of stock everywhere. So yeah, NetOnNet. Anyway, let's see, let's move on. Did I have anything more here to announce? I really don't think so. I have been talking about most of the stuff now. that I was trying to cover. As I said, the shipment should be anytime now. As I said, Shunsu said it should be this week, probably later tonight, maybe tomorrow or Sunday. This should start to ship, and that is going to be the first 100 backers, up to maybe number 130. I know at least one of the guys on the Pimax forum community had a number of 130 something, and he had that first email asking about if he wants to switch between the 8K and the 5K plus, and he got that email, which means he's gonna get it shipped in the first batch. So yeah, so if you have a low number, you can really expect to get that Pimax very soon. And as I said, the price, we'll see. Follow Sebastian Mixed Reality TV. He's gonna bring you the news, maybe on Patreon only, I don't know. He has some exclusive Patreon stuff on his channel, so maybe he's gonna bring the news there first. We'll see. So join his Patreon if you want. But still, I think we're gonna get the official news soon as well with the price. They're gonna announce that very soon. And as I said, flight simmers, good news for you, especially for Digital Combat Simulator, and that video will come later this weekend. And Oculus Quest, I told you that already. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little bit worried about performance, but if they say that I can run games like Robo Recall, then I mean it's fine. As far as I know, Snapdragon 835 is supposed to have the same performance, equivalent performance to an GTX 1060, they say, kind of. If it's like raw performance in games, because I mean, yeah, they're gonna probably have some more optimizations than Windows has. So yeah, but 1060 VR, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. So having that said, I think I've been through all the hook points here, and my RTX arrives between 18th and 19th of October. So 3 more weeks, no RTX card. But I'm going to bring a lot of Pimax content coming up in this week's testing simulators, some new games. There's so many games I need to catch up on. Also, I want to give you some information if they work, how they work on the Pimax. Maybe something on the laptop as well. We'll see. I will do a video probably about desktop work also on the Pimax, to see if it's really possible to like sit in Windows, you know, just like browse around, do some wording and Excel and stuff, maybe editing videos in VR. We'll see. I will probably install Unity just to try how it feels to be in Unity coding. I hope I'm gonna manage it, but that's gonna be probably for next week or so, something like that. So yeah, let's move on with the questions for a while. We have been online for more than an hour now. I don't want to make this live stream for 3 hours again, because I know people are not gonna watch it and people are just gonna drop off. So I don't think, yeah, I think it's better to just be like maybe 20 more minutes or something. We can just answer some questions and just do some yeah, AMA, ask me anything. So Starlight PL once again, does Pimax have some algorithm like asynchronous time warp or reprojection like Rift or Vive? Well, that's what they are working on right now. That's a part of Brain Warp, which is supposed to be working like motion reprojection or the ASW, asynchronous space warping, but it's still not there. The only algorithm they have right now is their own solution for asynchronous reprojection. Just like you have in SteamVR, your head movements are smooth, but everything else could be a little bit jerky and juddery and stuttery, and so. And that's their own solution, because the Pimax headsets are not using the reprojection built in SteamVR. You can just turn them off. They do nothing. For now, at least, we don't know about anything about Brain Warp, but it's in the works at least, because it's going to be needed. Especially with the 8KX, I think. I mean, so yeah, Sasuke once again. Oh, let's see. Do you have any? Yeah, Sasuke. There is a Spanish 2080 Ti reviewer who, at the end of the video, tries Fallout 4 VR and Rise of the Tomb Raider VR with the Lenovo Explorer. He says that the 1080 Ti had 50 frames per second and the 2080 Ti had 90 frames per second. Seriously, guys, this is big. This is like, I mean, this is like 80 or 90%. How much is that? My math is really bad. But going from 50 frames per second to 90, I think it's like 80% in increase in performance. That's awesome. I mean, think about having that performance increase in Digital Combat Simulator. We're going from 40 to 80 frames per second without even applying that mod I just talking about. So if this performance is really that big, then we can probably play the simulators on the RTX 2080, at least the 2080 Ti, which is far better than the 2080 non-Ti. So yeah, even though I think that digital combat simulator, especially X-Plane, are quite CPU bound with, yeah, so you probably need a very good CPU as well. But we are also having those i9, Intel i9 9700 and 9900 coming in. I will probably switch to one of these later before this year ends, probably to the 9900K, just for fun. I don't know why, but 8 cores, 5 gigahertz. I need to. I mean, I cannot reach 5 gigahertz with this 8700K. If I can afford it, we'll see. I think it's going to be quite expensive, like 500 grand or something, 500 euros or 550 euro even. So yeah, let's see, guys. Do we have any more questions? Let's make it like 15 minutes more. Let's see, guys. Department working now. No. Let's see. Once again, I need to point out that Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV is really doing a great job right now, because he's communicating with Pimax about the price, so we can hopefully expect a better price, because he's trying to point out the importance of actually not going too far with the price. If they want to grow, I mean, if they want to get big, if Pimax want to not take over market, they won't do that. But if they really want to eat up a part of the market, they really need to go with a reasonable price. So yeah, let's hope Sebastian can make it reality. I will also try to push Pimax a little bit, even though I'm not that active into that. I'm just too I'm just too busy with all this, you know, giving you videos and trying out stuff, trying out tweaks and so. But yeah, but I'm glad that Sebastian is taking care of that. Yeah, Erik Emanuelsson, a Swedish guy. Hey, Erik. Sweklockers, a Swedish newspaper online with a lot of cool stuff, technical and gaming and everything, did some basic VR synthetic benchmarks. VR Mark can perhaps give you some hints on performance. Yeah, but that VR Mark results, I don't really trust them, you know. It's VR Mark is really not giving you. I saw those tests. I read the Sweklockers daily, actually, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I need to see real tests. I need to see real game tests. It can be job simulator, whatever. Just give me some tests, and I will probably trust them more. And just like Sasuke said, I mean, 50 frames per second versus 90 frames per second. That's better than I ever expected. I mean, going from 70 to 90, that's quite a big difference already. Going from 60 to 90, that's crazy. But from 50 to 90, it's almost a double frame rate. So yeah, let's see. Jumping into Discord. The Discord is not so busy today, I think, guys. I was hoping for more people joining the Discord, but I think it's maybe, I mean, it's Friday. People are drinking, people are having fun. I'm drinking those energy drinks as always, sugar-free at least. No alcohol. I'm not the alcohol guy, even though I may take a few whiskeys tomorrow when my mother is having her birthday. So if you're watching, by the way, Mom, Bojena, happy birthday in advance. So yes, let's see. Genos Netram, hi again. I had a random question. Over the course of using the Pimax devices for months, have you damaged them on the corners by bumping into stuff, seeing as there's so much more angular than other headsets? Well, I did so with the Pimax 8K M1. I did so, and it was also included in that Pimax leak you probably know about. And I could just show you. I mean, I'm not kidding with you guys. This is the 5K. It looks perfectly, no problem whatsoever here. No scratches, nothing at all. No scratches on the lenses either. I don't know if you can see much from this angle, but seriously, it really is working great. They have actually improved the plastic on this. They have improved it because it was very, how do you say that? It was quite, yeah, those corners over here, it was just too sensitive. It was really easy to make it break. So both me and Sebastian did so, but that's fixed now. and you can really tell that the plastic is more rigid, it feels like it's not going to break. How I did that, I have no idea how I did that when I did it on the M1. I just bumped into with one of my Vive controllers when I was doing some gameplays. I really did like Pimax for like 10 hours straight, sometimes a day, you know, when I was doing all the testing. So I really put it to some hardcore testing, yeah. But no, with the new headsets, with the 8K M2, wherever it's sitting right now, no problems whatsoever. Give me a second only. I will just try to grab this. This is actually the M2, M1 I mean. It's not even connected to a strap right now. This is the M2. I'm not using it anymore. I'm going to send it back any second. Yeah, you have seen this already, so I'm not like spoiling much or doing anything. You can see the corner here. I actually glued it together. You can hopefully see it here. It's like a crack there. I glued it together with like super lame, like fast glue, and it's called in Swedish. And it's okay. I mean, it sits there. It hasn't loosened anything at all. That was it. But I can really tell you that the plastic is thicker now. I can feel that when I press on the 5K Plus now compared to the 8K M1. This is the M1. I mean, it had like a crack going all the way there. So, but this is fixed. So yeah, don't worry. I mean, I need to admit this, okay? The 8K M2, I actually dropped it from like 1.5 meters. While I was just like trying to put it on the table. I actually put it and then it's like fell down. No problem whatsoever. It's here somewhere. I'm not trying to fool you here. It's laying here somewhere. It should be here anyway. No cracks, no problems. Panels are working, everything, the lenses, everything. So yeah, I won't do any more drop tests because it also fell on my green screen floor, which is quite soft. So yeah. Probably it could end up worse. It was landing on like, yeah, normal floor. But anyway, Michael, thank you so much. Congratulations, SweViver's mom. Wow, thank you so much, Michael. No, I'm sorry, Michelle, I'm sorry, Michelle, right? I'm sorry. I said Michael so many times. Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm just like reading so fast. Michelle, I think I'm pronouncing it right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. €5.5. Wow, that's a lot. Thanks. I'm gonna buy some nice flowers. I'm gonna add that and buy a bigger flower now for my mother. Thank you. I actually bought the presents for them today, or the gifts. Yeah, so like an activity watch for my girlfriend. Hopefully she's not watching. I don't think so. She's in Cyprus right now. She's like having fun with her mother, like sunbathing and some, yeah, beach hanging. And also my mother got a small thing also as well, but I'm not gonna tell in case she's sitting and looking at this. Burning 1,000 calories a day. Well, yeah, I'm not burning anything right now. I'm actually just gaining calories every day. So no, whole red. Cheers, man. So let's see, do we have any more questions here? Half-Life VR, more than 2, less than 4 confirmed. HLVR, are you meaning Half-Life now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, do we have any more questions, guys? Are you going to fight against Sebastian on Creed? Well, that's a good question. I will do that. I have not spoken to Sebastian about it yet. That's because I've been busy with that movie and the watching video I made yesterday. I've been doing that video for 3 days in a row, and it took me a lot of hours just to like capture everything, do the text scripting and then editing. So I was just so busy, so I kind of ignored everything. I have even some questions on my Patreon. I still haven't replied to some messages. I'm sorry for that, guys. But I will play Creed with Sebastian. Yes, I will do that. But I want to prioritize my next video first. So it's not going to happen tomorrow because the birthday and everything. But I will do that. Hopefully we can do that on Sunday. Sunday night, maybe. I'm going to talk to you later, Sebastian, MRTV. And we're going to arrange a date and time when you can fight. And you're going to lose, you know. You know, I have my Swedish/Polish muscles left, a little bit of it at least. You know, I had a six-pack 1.5 years ago. Now it's like 1 pack only, but yeah, I mean, I have fun at least. VR is much more fun than going to the gym. So yeah, let's see. Do we have anything more here? Vorinami, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. One of my patrons as well. Thank you. Adding more flowers for mom of a cool guy. Thanks, man. I'm not cool. I'm not cool at all. I'm really not cool. I'm just a regular average Joe sitting in a green room like a freak, playing in VR and just having fun, you know, like a kid. I'm 36 years old. Next year I'm getting 37, and it's like I feel like 17 again. I don't have any kids. I mean, just living the life. Me and my girlfriend, 14 years together now. 14 years we have been together, but we're not even planning kids because we have like a kid life. We're just doing what we want to do each day. We used to travel a lot together. We don't do that much right now, but we used to travel a lot in Asia before and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really not cool, but I'm just enjoying the day, enjoying life. I think we all should in some way. And it's all about prioritizing to just have fun. And VR is right now my main hobby and my main fun thing, and it's community as well. I love that. Could you view your new RTX 2080 Ti if you have it? Kroski and Zumba. I'm sorry. Du skryter om Sverige. I'm bragging about Sweden. No, I'm not. I wish I could show you that RTX, but I don't have that. As I showed you, I can show you it once again. Here's the proof. I'm going to show you it once again the last time. RTX order. Here's my order from komplett.se. 1,400 euro, and it's not arriving until in 3 weeks. So yeah, I cannot show you much yet. Probably I just chose the wrong brand. MSI. I love the MSI brand, but yeah. Well. Genos Netram is asking me again, do you miss your wireless module you have on your old headsets? Yes, I do a little bit. It's getting a little bit frustrating and annoying at times playing with the Pimax with that cord. Even though I'm using a 5-meter extension, so I have a lot of cable to just turn around with. And it's not tangled more than any other cable actually. Even though I need to say that I prefer, I would say that, I know there's going to be a rage about it, but I always preferred and probably will prefer the Vive cable, which had 3 cables in one. In some way it tangles less than those 1 cable solutions. The 1 cable solution I'm talking about is the cord for, can you even see it? Yeah, there we go. It's great. I mean, it's small, it's very nice quality also. The rubber, it never like wears off or something and doesn't color your floor. It's just very nice, but a straight cable like that, a thin cable, is tangling more. It's just like tangling more than a 3-in-1 cable, or like a 3 cables put together with the original Vive did. So yeah, but I mean, it's all about getting used to. And last months, I've been just playing with the Pimax mainly, and I'm getting used to that cable more and more now. Oh, I was supposed to show him. Hey. Let me just show you him. Come on. Here is Carpi. First time live, right? Hey, Carpi. Okay, he's a little bit afraid of me, or afraid of the height. Okay, he doesn't like this. Hey, Carpi, look here. Hey, this is one of my cats. Okay, he doesn't like this. He doesn't like to be in my hands. I can clap him all day long, but as soon as I put him up, he's gonna be like meow. So yeah, this is cats. When is the driver update for the RTX? Great Tantrum says, I have no idea actually. I think there are some drivers already for RTX, right? But there's probably going to be some improvements made. But I cannot care less about the RTX right now because I don't have it yet. So yeah, so I'm going to need to wait a couple of more weeks, as I said, unfortunately. But still, Geno, as a last thing, no, I miss the wireless, but I can live without it. There's so much advantages with the Pimax, so I think it's still better than my wireless Vive. Paradise DK pussy, yeah. Now I'm getting demonetized. If that even was a reason for this channel. I mean, seriously, the YouTube is not paying me kind of anything. It's so low. The revenue is just like crazy low. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyway. Does VorpX work on the Pimax 8K? Virtual Commander asks. Yes, it does, but you have to tweak some stuff. To get the, you know, the normal field of view 100-120 degrees is going to be easy, but if you want to have full field of view, it's possible, but you need to use a higher PiTool value, of course, to get the sharpness, but also you need to tweak it to really to get the field of view really working as expected. And it takes some time. It took me like 2 hours to really get this right with the Resident Evil 7. But I got it quite okay. It was a little bit stuttery. It was not full performance. I think RTX 2080Ti can fix that. So yeah, if you are aiming for the RTX card, I think you're gonna be able to play a lot of the VorpX games or flat games with VorpX and the Pimax. And it really is. It is sharp. I mean, it is. Some games are worse than others, like the Formula 1 2017. There's like an issue. You cannot turn your head as you can only map your head movements to looking left and right. So it's like awkward. When you're looking to the left, the image is like automatically going to the left. So it's like a minimum delay. It doesn't feel right. But as long as you're just like looking straight, then it's quite, I mean, it's working quite good with the Formula 1 2017. I have not tried it Formula 1 2018 yet, but still. Kroski and Zomba, do you know about Enet? Yes. Yes, I live in Södertälje. Yes, for the city. It's 30 kilometers from Stockholm, and we have Enet in Stockholm, yes, but I didn't have that either. So unfortunately, I could not buy anything from them. They only had the 2080 in stock. So 2080 is just it's not an upgrade from the 1080 Ti, not from the benchmarks that have been released so far. Virtual Gamers, there's also TPCast 2.0 if that's not vaporware. I think it's gonna be good. TPCast, I love TPCast actually. I like it very much. It does its job. It's a little bit fiddly together with that open TPCast software to really get it perfect, but it works. I mean, that's the point, and it's not that complicated to get it to work. I mean, you don't even have to open up your PC, put in that PCI Express card that you need to do with the wireless Vive adapter. You just connect that router and it's just like straight, like it just works after a few minutes. So it's quite easy. I think a lot of people are exaggerating or making the problems bigger than they really are with the Pimax, with the TPCast, I mean. So let's see, a couple of more questions, then we can end this, guys. We've been up for more than 1.5 hours now. That's quite a lot. Starlight PL, so no new update, RTX card and optimizing for Forza Horizon. Okay, so the new update is for optimizing Forza Horizon. Okay, so there's no, okay. So there hasn't been any like pure RTX driver yet, I assume. VR for cats would be cool. Yeah, I've been actually trying to find some kind of software where you can just like mount a tracker, one of these trackers here on the cats. I have another one which you can just, you know, those track straps, and then so I can see them in VR. I know that's quite mean for the cats, I think, to actually put something on them, but that would be really cool to see my cats in VR while I'm playing Fallout 4 or something. I mean, having a dog meat and then having my 2 cats running around there as well. It could be cool. I think there was some kind of Unity solution for that, but I'm not sure if it's working with Fallout 4. Adam Cohen, will I regret the EVGA? Well, why would you do that? EVGA is a great brand, so I think you're going to be very happy. They say that the MSI 2080 Ti Gaming X Trio is supposed to be kind of the best one so far with the overclocking and stuff. But also I had some message from one of my fellas on the Discord, and he said that the RTX 2080 Ti MSI Gaming X Trio is not really using the potential of the extra 6-pin power, which is quite sad and quite surprising, to be honest. Yeah, it was Xerxes on Discord. He said to me that the 6-pin power contact is put together with the 8-pin, with the second 8-pin in parallelly in some way, not serially but parallelly, and in this way it cannot take advantage of the volts from the 6-pin. Very strange. So yeah, but so I'm not really sure why we have that extra 6-pin contact on the MSI card, but yeah. So we'll see, we'll see. I will give you all the answers as far as I get the card, as soon as I get the card. Crosscan Zumba, you bought it from Komplett. Wow, okay. So I wish I could actually have gone for another brand, then I would have that card already. Because some people have got the MSI Seahawk, I think it's called, the water brand, the water cooled one. A lot of people got it already here in Sweden. Also the Gigabyte version. I think Asus is delayed as well, but still I think I got the worst one. I didn't win on this lottery, so I have to wait. Ryan Healy, sorry, just wanted to say thanks. Thank you so much, man. You are why I purchased someone's Pimax pledge back in July. Wow, that's so cool, man. I think you are gonna get very happy, and I think that guy that sold it to you is gonna get very mad. And I've been reading some Reddit, actually. I'm not active on Reddit lately because I was so fed up with that, all the harassments and all this stuff on Reddit. But still, I've seen some comments from people on Reddit, and they're like, oh, I wish I didn't sell my pledge back in summer or spring. And it's like, I think it just almost feels like, I told ya. It just, I know, I'm mean right now, but I told people, wait, this is not a bad product. But they were like hating on it, and yeah, I'm gonna sell it now, I want my banner back. And now, I mean, now we have to wait for the pre-order. So yeah, Ryan, I'm very happy for you. Cheers, man. And hope you have a low number as well, so you don't need to wait that much longer. Could you explain how your wife looks like? Well, I have no picture. Maybe I could add some picture here. Give me a second. Maybe I can add something here. We'll see. She's Swedish. She's as old as I am. She's 36 as well now, since yesterday. And yeah, she's lovely. She's my best friend and my best girlfriend ever. She's the woman of my life, I have to say. And I'm not saying it because she's watching this. She's probably not. But she's just everything to me. And we've been together for 14 years now. It's quite crazy, to be honest. I mean, we met such young, but we're still together. And yeah, and I think it's getting just better for every year, to be honest. Because we're really, you know, it takes a few years. It takes a lot of years to actually learn each other and to be, you know, connected to each other this way, and it takes a couple of years. I could just show you one picture here. I'm gonna do that very fast. This stream is not about my girlfriend, I know, but I'm just gonna show you. Is it even working? Man, I hate this. There we go. Okay, can we see this? Yeah, here's me and my girlfriend, the blonde one, Veronica. She's sitting. We're at our way back from our Thailand trip. It was like 2 years ago, or no, February 2017. That's almost 2 years ago. And that's Carol, one of my friends as well, Caroline. So yes, guys, that's Veronica, and yeah, love her. And I love VR as well. And yes, guys, I know a lot of you might got a little bit surprised because I added some VR porn into my last video. I was not showing anything like special in that video, but I was still showing you that I've been actually been using or consuming VR porn, or adult entertainment as it's called. But I can tell you, I can be honest here with you guys, every one of you has done that, most likely. If you haven't, I can really recommend you to do so, because VR porn, VR entertainment or adult entertainment is really cool. VR is really does something. I mean, the immersion, it's crazy. It's 3D, especially the good clips with 3D, 180 degrees, good quality. I mean, when she leans against you, it's just like, it's almost uncomfortable. Yeah, I won't go into any details, but it's really cool. And you should check out my latest video. I'm really surprised that it got so many hits. I think it's like above 5,000 views already in one day. I'm really thankful for that. Thanks, guys. I was not expecting that, actually, because I mean, videos and movies is not really the biggest genre for VR gamers and so yeah, we'll see. Armin, my lovely sponsor, Armin Art, or Art Armin, his name is Armin. He's saying, join SweViver's Patreon, see more behind the scenes. Yes, I'm adding some behind the scenes on my Patreon sometimes. When I'm doing videos, I'm spoiling a little bit. Sometimes I'm just showing off. It was like a week ago, I showed off my little apartment here as well. At midnight, my girlfriend was not really a fan of that. That was before she went for the trip. Sometimes I'm just doing like basic stuff, some talk, and when I'm at work, it's just so, yeah, it's just casual stuff. And sometimes I do some giveaways, even though it was quite a long time I did giveaways, because I'm not doing any gameplays right now, so developers are not really that kind to me right now with the Steam keys and so. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to that sooner or later. Starlight PL, once again, you actually sold me on the Pimax 5K Plus. Looking forward to pre-order. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. It's awesome. Kroski is asking, do you love VR more than your wife? Well, now, no, definitely not. My wife is, no, she's not my wife. She's my girlfriend only. I need to correct that. We've been together. We haven't never been planning a marriage, and we're not planning kids. We're just living, as I said, like kids. But yeah, I love her more than anything else, more than VR. But VR is probably in my third place after my family. So if that's a good question, answer enough. VR Veronica, yeah, Veronica. That's why I love VR so much. Sasuke, that was a good one. Cheers. VR porn is funny, showing your housemates and watching the girls scream when you have male. Yeah, it's awkward. It's really awkward. The first time you try VR porn, it's like, this is it's crazy. You need to try it for science. I mean, you don't need to do anything else. Just watch. I mean, you can do more, but I'm not gonna go into those details. Yes. So Racer X Vids is asking, thanks man for joining. When can us late bloomers buy the Pimax 5K? My Vive overheats and loses signal if ambient room temp is too high. Well, the pre-order starts next month in October, as said, as promised by Pimax team. So I really hope they're going to hold the promise. I have emailed them also. I've been in contact with them, telling them that they need to hold their promise now, both with the shipments, but also with the pre-orders. Because if they promise something, they really need to stick to it. We have gotten already too many broken promises, and I think they're trying to repair the whole their trust. We need to trust them. We need to do that, and I really hope they're gonna start the pre-orders. And as soon as we know anything more about the pre-orders, which day and so, I will let you know about it for sure. And also they're gonna send out some newsletters and stuff. I told you actually earlier this week that the Pimax website had some problems. It has been hacked or infected by some virus, which actually is true. It's getting addressed by the Pimax team. I'm not sure if it's solved now or not. There's a link in the video description to the Pimax newsletter, but I would maybe recommend you to wait a few more days until we really know that the virus and so is gone, because you could get some pop-ups and the site might redirect you to some other advertising and stuff, and worst case scenario, you can get a virus if you don't have any antivirus software and so. So be careful with the PimaxVR.com websites for now, at least, until that's fixed. It's first time it's happening as far as I know, and I was really surprised about it. There has been many reports about people getting those pop-ups. So, but the pre-orders are going to be announced by newsletters as well. So I have to go. I will be able to watch the stream later on. Yes, it will be available to watch later on, including my first minutes when I'm just talking without any sound. I feel so ashamed about that. But yeah, anyway, guys. So yes, I think I'm gonna end this up. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna check the live stream chat in Discord once again. I don't think Joe Black OF. Hello, hey man. There's a lot of patrons here and a lot of good friends. Yeah. What tools do you use when you tool in performance settings in VR? I saw and bought FPS VR that I hope can help me a bit, but I have not used it yet. Well, Ari on the live stream chat in the Discord, the FPS VR is a very nice tool to see your performance of the computer, the frame times, the frame rate, the CPU frame time, the GPU frame time, the GPU usage and the CPU usage. I think it's like $4. I can really recommend it to all of you, just to get that software so you can check your frame rates. It really is worth it, but it's not gonna help you much more than give you that information. To tweak stuff, I'm mostly trying to tweak games in settings, in game settings, INI files if possible, and also of course PiTool with the render quality slider and the Steam VR settings, super sampling if I can lower that. But there's so many enhancements and stuff you can make, performance increasements in Windows even. I mean, turning off the power mode or the full power mode in the NVIDIA control profile. I think it's called prefer maximum power or something like that. And also render 2 frames in VR, pre-rendered frames. There's so much settings you can just tweak and get those little frames. I made a video actually, yeah, I need to add that. I made a video about Explain 11, how you can increase the performance a lot in Explain 11. Some of the things may be outdated a little bit right now, especially in game settings and so, but there are some BIOS settings that you can change to maximize your CPU performance in the BIOS. Check that video out. It's one of those Explain 11 videos with like an orange or the sunrise background with an airplane. You're gonna see that in my video list. So yes, MR/ACE 20000 and Pimax 8K and HTC Vive tracker. Yes, it works. I do not know why Thomas is saying that it doesn't. Thomas from Voodoo D, he told me that, or he actually told that in his review even, that the Vive trackers are struggling, but I've tested a few games and they just work. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe there's some kind of a USB collision, something like that with the USB ports he has, because you need to use those dongles for every tracker. Those wireless dongles that you put into USB ports. But it works, and I showed that in one of the games, Island 359, in my main Pimax review. So Starlight PL, is Discord Patreon only thing? Discord Patreon only thing? Yes, there is a Patreon chat which is for Patreons only on my Discord. We're chatting sometimes there. I'm not, you know, I need to add though that I'm not the Discord guy every day. You know, it's like sometimes I even forget about Discord sometimes, and apparently I have missed some questions from Allison. But anyway, I need to learn Discord a little bit more. I think I'm missing it out sometimes. I just feel like I should be there more than I am. Let's see. Allison was asking me some questions. Here we go. What a lucky period for you. RTX 2080 Ti and both Pimax has this coming to you, man. I'm so jealous. Yeah, but I still need to wait like 3 more weeks for the RTX. But I cannot find that question from Alec, and it's one of my patrons, by the way. I would like to answer that questions. Oh, he wants to know why no update from Pimax. It's the last day of the month, and they go for more holidays. Yes, that's true. But I think that the Chinese holiday starts on Monday, right? It starts on Monday next week, and in China they're like working day and night. It's mostly on Saturdays, also on Sundays mostly. So, and Shunshu said they're gonna send it this week. The first shipments are gonna go away this week. So I really hope that they're gonna do that tonight or tomorrow morning or wherever. There's gonna probably be an announcement this weekend. I'm a little bit surprised that there hasn't been an announcement today, because Fridays are a good day for Pimax to do all those announcements in previous times. But yeah, they're gonna go on some holiday on Monday, I assume. And I assume that we're gonna see an update very, very soon. So yeah, Allison, I think I got your name right now, man. Guys, thank you so much everyone for watching and joining the stream. I know it's got a little bit out of topic after a while. Genos Netrem is asking, can the newest Vive wireless module be hot-wired to be used with the Pimax devices? Not sure about that actually, but you can still only I think you mean like you're trying to bind or yeah, what is it called? In Pimax, you can pair controllers, and you can of course probably pair the two trackers, but I don't see the meaning of that, because you can only pair two devices into the Pimax, just like you do on the Vive. You can also pair only two devices, and the rest of them are paired through the USB dongles. But I don't have the new devices actually. I have the first ones, which were released for developers in the beginning. So these are the old versions, all of them four. But I'm not sure. You can ask Thomas, maybe he has the latest version. We'll see. Which NVIDIA drivers are best for you? I'm still using the 399.07, I think it is. Yes, 399.07. So I'm still using those, and I haven't got any reason to upgrade, because I think they work great. And if you have any more information about better drivers, please let me know, and then I will update. So yes, guys, let's see, one last question. Give me one last question. Any idea about price for the 5K pre-order? Well, as I said before, we don't know about the price, but we are dealing with Pimax. We're kind of like making them to know that we want it not too expensive. It's very important, not only for us, but for them as well, I think. So expect it to be hopefully around 700 or lower, not more than that. I really hope so. And Sebastian is really working hard on that right now, also negotiating with Pimax. Sebastian from Mixed Reality TV. Does the Pimax 8K require stronger PC to run compared to 5K Plus? I told you that before, that yes, that's yes and no. If you want to go with the same quality in games and in PiTool and everything, then no, then actually Pimax 8K is going to deliver you a better performance, because you only need to render 80 frames and not 90. So you're going to get a smooth experience already at 80 frames per second. But if you really want the full sharpness of the 8K, the clarity which you actually get on the 5K Plus, even on PiTool 1.0, then you need to go up to PiTool 1.25 or even 1.5. And that's where everything starts to be more difficult for the GPU, and then you lose performance. So in this way, the Pimax 8K is more demanding than the 5K Plus, I would say. So it's different from game to the game as well. Some games can actually run pretty well on, like Assetto Corsa, Pimax 5K, 5K Plus. It's running kind of stable almost. No, 5K, 8K is running stable in 80 frames per second on my laptop GTX 1070, while the 5K Plus needs 90 frames per second, and that cannot my GTX 1070 laptop deliver really. So here you actually get a better performance on the 8K, if that makes sense. Sorry for just like mixing it up together. Timian Isaksen, hey man, I'm from Norway. Hello from Norge. I cannot speak norska, men oh man, Dead by Lemons really doesn't need more support. Well, I hope you mean Pimax, or what do you mean? I don't know. Well, Pimax has great support, by the way. It has great support. And this guy, I hate Viking. Well, I'm not a Viking actually. I'm born in Poland, so I'm not a real Swede. So I'm kind of like a Polish guy, but yeah. I feel like Swedish. So, well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Wow, Dead by Lemons, thank you for joining my Patreon. I really appreciate it. I haven't checked my Patreon. Maybe I should do so I can give you some shout outs here. I think, let me see. Yeah, anyway, let's see. Yeah, Connor Burchell, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I think that's Connor Burchell. Yeah, I think that may be Dead by Lemons. I think so. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. You're really making a huge effort here, as you're really supporting me a lot. And I can tell you that if I ever go on full time on this, like doing videos on full time, which I really want to do, because then I would probably be able to do videos almost daily. And I mean the serious videos, I mean with good editing and everything. But I mean, I think that the only way for me going full time on this is probably by getting some support for you, if that's possible. I'm not gonna beg for it. I'm not here to like whine about, no, I need money, no. But I can just tell you honestly that Right now I'm getting like $600 from Patreon from now on. I mean, the latest weeks have been crazy on my Patreon. Before that we were like 200. But still, if I could like reach something around 2,000, which is kind of like my salary at my work, and then a little bit of that YouTube revenue, which doesn't really pay. It's sometimes like $200, sometimes lower, sometimes 300, but it's, yeah, and then taxes and everything. So YouTube will probably never pay my bills. That's the thing. I need millions of views every month to get that. I need to be big like Nathy or someone to really be. So yeah, so it doesn't matter if you give me $2 or not a month. It's like a step forward. It's like a big step forward for me to maybe one day go full time on this. So I hope that day will happen someday. And I will of course do everything to make that happen as well with other resources, maybe earn some money other ways. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry for the hassle in the beginning. I'm really sorry there was no sound, nothing in the beginning, but hopefully I made up for that now. Once again, no RTX card until 18th or 19th or something like that, October. That's what Komplett is saying, the retailer. I'm gonna do some new videos, most likely about that digital combat simulator, probably for tomorrow or Sunday. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much to every one of you. Thank you so much to all my patrons. Once again, here they are, plus some more now as well. And my supporters, my sponsors as well, Art Armin and the Dark Commander. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. And I wish I had some more cool news for you and some stuff, but still, this is it for now. I hope I answered some of your questions. And Menace 186, how do you feel about Oculus Quest? I told you that earlier in the stream, so you can just rewind back and just check it out. I was talking about Oculus Quest in the beginning, my thoughts and my reactions and so about it. So anyway, guys, thank you once again, and see you in my next video. Have a lovely weekend now. Have a whiskey for me or for my mother tomorrow. And yeah, see you very soon again. I'm going to try to close this stream any second here. Thanks again, guys, and see you. Cheers.